Hello and welcome to Canada CPA Online Academy. Welcome all new subscribers and thank you for everyone for sending in the questions, comments, and just appreciating the efforts. Thank you so much. So I have received a lot of questions from you that you would like to understand how to write the tax AOs, how to study for tax, what emphasis should be given while studying the tax. So I'm just going to give you an example from a past case where from one specific tax AO and what is expected and what is required to attain the level of C for the tax for writing the tax AO. Now, once you understand what is required, then it becomes easier while you are studying the tax notes or the tax chapters so that you can plan your studies as per that. So now here is an example of a tax AO. There is a tax calculation for a self-employed person that is required to be done. They have given some expenses and then you will have to calculate her business income and suggest like what what should be her so the AO is what would be her federal tax payable. Okay, so now keep that in mind always that what is the question for any AO, you should be able to answer the question. What happens sometimes is we calculate something, but we don't answer the final question. So the question in the AO is what is the federal tax payable? So keep that in mind. Another thing while drafting any exhibit, get into the habit of creating the similar type of what you can say format so that it's easier for you to cross link it to your memo and it's just faster. So what I used to follow is I used to write the exhibit number here, then purpose. Now here I'm calculating the federal tax and business EBITDA for another AO. But the main purpose of this exhibit is to calculate federal tax. And one more important thing is conclusion. So all these three things should be there. So what is your exhibit number so that it can be cross-referenced? Then second thing is the purpose and the conclusion. It should be there in your all Excel calculations. Now, when you start for the tax AO, for Excel, I usually used to leave like two columns in between so that if you want to say, write some notes, show some calculation, make a cross reference, it's easier to put it in here. So everywhere you should show your work, how you have arrived at the calculations of something. Now here we have taken revenue and the allowed expenses. Those are the total costs, and then that would be the net profit. Here, I simply mark this as A, this as B, so that I don't have to write again here that revenue minus expenses is the profit. So just titling it here and then putting A, B, A minus B is my calculation. So I'm showing my calculation. Now, if we go one by one for the line items, so conference expenses, there are some conditions for the conference expenses. I'm writing here 50,000 disallowed. 3,000 is the expenditure that is deducted. And then there is note one. So what is note one? In that, I'm specifying what I'm trying to explain is the tax rule. So only two conferences are allowed per year. The conference has to be for business purpose. So this condition is met as her business is related to baby products and the conference is for baby products. So it is met and the conference has to be in the area of business. Now this is also met because it's an online business, so she doesn't have any specific restrictions. So what I'm trying to do here is illustrate what is the tax rule, how it applies in this case, and by applying that, what is the amount? Okay, so tax rule, I have mentioned it here, how it applies by giving specific case facts, and then with that case facts, what is the amount? Now I'm saying that here 50,000 is disallowed and I'm giving expenditure here. Any explanation here, any personal expenses are not allowed as part of the business expenditure. So 50K expense for the in-laws trip, that will be not allowed. So there was a case fact given that she took her in-laws on that trip for business conference and then something like that. So you should be able to explain why you are disallowing something. So 50,000 you are not taking into calculations, you are excluding it, but still you have to write why you are excluding this amount. Now there was CCA. I have given a reference note 2, and the CCA is calculated as per the class and the depreciation rates and things like that. These were the direct business expenditures. Next one was home office expenses. Again, there is a note because home office expenses has some conditions. So home office expenses are allowed if carrying on a business from home, and this is the primary place of business. Now this condition is met as Raksan shoots her videos from the home. Then meeting clients or customer not met, this is not applicable. So one is met, one is not met, but only one condition has to be met to claim these office or home office expenses, and uh, she has she is satisfying one condition, so she can claim that. Now painting cost. Now there was something given that she printed something on her car and there was some case fact. So again there is a note. So painting cost for the logo will be allowed as it is related to business, but other expenses like lease, etc., are not allowed for her personal car as there is no use for business purpose. Oh, okay. So the car lease was there, and if she can claim that as a business expense, but there was no relation of the car to be used in the business as such. So no, she cannot use that. Now, after that, I'm calculating the tax amount. Now, don't refer to this as a perfect solution as such, because this was done in that time permitted, whatever, because there are some other like the other deductions that you can claim after that, but it is not covered here. So don't refer to this as a solution as such. So here I'm calculating the federal tax based on the base amounts, the tax on the excess, how it is calculated, what is subtract, and then the total federal tax amount. And in the conclusion, I'm making it very clear that your total federal tax is this much. And this will be cross-referenced on the memo that the tax amount for this year would be this much. So this is expected. This need not be perfect because you have around 7 to 8 minutes to put together this entire exhibit and calculate and explain. So pick what is required, how many adjustments are there, what are significant adjustments, where the rules are applicable, what are the rules, mention the case specific facts, and then conclude. Now here there might be some errors, but like based on the time and constraints given, do your best to finish that AO within given time. So that's it for the tax AO. And I will make some other videos based on like what to focus, what else you need to know for tax. Until then, keep watching other tax AOs and videos on other subjects. Please give a like, subscribe. Please tell your friends to subscribe to the channel. And thank you for spreading the word, and see you next time. Bye.